Hello, YouTube. It's Keith Kevin Ken again. Yeah, it's Kevin on the Keith Kevin Ken channel. It's time again for another pocket dump deconstruction. It is Wednesday, October 5th, 2016. Wednesday, October 5th, 2016. I say the date every day because we do this every day. We've been doing it for over 8 months. That's right. Every single day we've been doing a pocket dump deconstruction. That's where I show you what I'm stuffing in my pockets. I've been criticized. I've been friended. And even been called a clown. And nowadays, when you're called a clown, that's serious business given what's going on in the United States these days. Because I carry 3 knives. Here's the deal. I like carrying 3 knives. Get over it. That's the scientific explanation of it. I do. And I love collecting things. Whether it's coins, cigars, watches, books, movies. I have way too many DVDs for it to be 2016. And maybe we'll do other YouTube channels on that kind of stuff. But right now, this is the stuff every single day that I carry. And because I collect stuff, we have a lot of variety, there's a lot of combinations. I use this YouTube channel to make a record of my collections. I really do. I also use it, it's kind of cathartic. It kind of gives me a chance to talk to you guys. Even though you're not here in the room, I feel you. I really do. And I read all your comments and everything. I really appreciate it. That's why we do it. Now let's just get to it, right? What you see right there, that's how I make all my stuff pretty. I put all the stuff that's going to be jingled into my pockets. By the way, I'm an office guy. I'm in a large American urban city. And so I have a bunch of pockets. Dress shirt pocket, pockets in my suit jacket. But a lot of the reasons I can carry this kind of thing is I have, what do I have now? 49 Chris Reeve folding knives. I have 3 of his fixed knives. So 49 knives. Each one of those knives come with a leather sheath. And so every single day, one of my knives go into one of those sheaths. It just depends on which one I want clipped to the pocket, and that helps a whole lot. So now it's in your pocket, jiggling around, but it's protected. Anyway, let's do this pocket dump deconstruction, okay? Again, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. Today I have a meeting, but it'll be a fun, well, actually I have several meetings every day. But this one is fun. I get to meet with all of the interns from around the company. It's so great because there's so much young energy when you do that meeting, and I tell them what I do and we talk about it and all of that. It's really great. Isn't it weird though, since Bill Clinton, and this is not a political this is not a political statement at all. I think you guys, you probably can't guess where I am politically because it depends on issues and stuff. I'm old school. I'm not red or blue. I'm American. And sometimes I like some stuff that leans left, right, and in the center. By the way, you see so, but anyway, I digress. Now, you talk about meeting with interns and all you have to do, you hear jokes all over. Oh, you get the interns. Oh, look. When all that was going on, I remember the comments from France. They were like, I don't understand. He's president, right? The French, whole different view on that kind of thing. Anyway, I digressed. But I'm excited about the interns. The great thing about interns is they bring in this youth, this young youth into an organization. First, you realize just how old you are because all of them are way younger than my youngest son. But man, they're smart, they're quick, yada yada. So I'm excited about that. Here's what I'm going to wear for them. Hey, I have to have my Apple Watch, right? Yeah, the old guy. The old guy is kind of cool because he has an Apple Watch. You know, the folks that are in our webs department or IT department go, hey, he's kind of cool. He has an Apple Watch. Yeah, it's gotten down to that when you're 57. Talking into a camera saying cool way too often. Anyway, I'm being truthful with you guys. That's why it's the Apple Watch today. Punch. Oh, just a classic Cuban cigar. It's the Punch cigar. Just a classic. Can't wait. That's adult hour after the interns and after I leave work. That's when I take off my Apple Watch, shut down everything, put my phones on a table, sip something manly, and smoke a cigar. Just for that hour. It's just peace, quiet, me and my mind. Sometimes it's scary to be left alone with your mind, but I recommend it to you guys. You know, I've been saying to you, just take a couple of minutes, just power down. You know, even if, like when I was married with 3 kids, you know, that bathroom was a sanctuary for me. Gave me a couple of minutes by myself. Titanium pen. This is, of course, my Schoen design pen. I have a bunch of fancy smancy pens and a whole case full of company pens. But man, since I discovered Schoen design pens, that's all I have. I have a titanium one. This is the titanium one. It does everything for my aesthetic, right? Simple, well made, titanium, just got a heft to it. I just love it. Anyway, I have this one, I have a bronze one, and I have a stainless steel with DLC coating. Today, we're doing scotch. Old school, new school for the interns. Old school thin wallet from Coach. The coin today, let me give you some shade, is my 2007. Yeah, I do this a lot with you guys because there's 12 in each of the sets. I have a bunch of lunar coins. I just saw on the, silver and gold drop like 33% today. That's okay. These aren't for sale right now. I got out when silver was at $50 an ounce. It's now like, 12-ish. And I got out of gold when it was, I'm proud of it, folks. I'm proud of it when it was $3,500 an ounce. Anyway, this is really a nice one. It's Chinese Year of the Pig from 2007. It's my Chinese flower coin collection that I really love. I have a real old Chinese Lunar Year collection and a real old one. I go back with my coins. Of course, they're slabbed, which means they're in protective cases, or they're in protective folders, so I can't just drop them in my pocket. But this is for a good luck charm. Always carry my silver coins. Let's talk about the carry. Man, I've got some knives that got away, a couple of knives just to give you as illustrations as well. Let's see. This is my word notebook. Told you I like the field notes, but this is like field notes. It's just more colorful. A lot of extra patterns and stuff. Found it on Amazon. Just love them when I want a little color. Just a little color. I will tell you now that I brought out for my keychain knife. They come in pairs. I like to show that they come in pairs. This is the Spyderco USN Ladybug 3s. Spyderco Ladybug 3s. I think every year This is the Usual Suspect Network, a real famous knife network that I keep saying I'm going to join and I haven't, and I'm going to. Just like I keep saying I'm going to have a website. You know, I keep putting off stuff. I need to stop doing that. These guys are great. And Spyderco always does some special with one of their knives. When I saw these, I bought these so fast, my head spun. First, I love hawkbill blades. You guys don't see a lot of them because I don't carry a lot of them. Very tactical. You'll see them once we hit 1,000 subscribers and I go through all my Spydercos. I've got a big collection of hawkbill blades. Big, because I love them. I really do. I just love the aesthetics of it. I love what it stands for. I slip a hawkbill in my pocket or put it on my seat in my car or whatever. I'm allowed to do that as long as people can see it in sight in my state. But the great thing is, it's very tactical. And Spyderco knows how to do their knives. This is a real nice small knife. Yeah, any sharp thing is tactical if you know how to use it. But you guys know I love the Ladybug. But this combination of things from Spyderco is just perfect. Perfect. Number one, it's nice and small like all of the Ladybugs are. 1.9-inch blades, nice hawkbill, black coated, and look at this FRN, the fiberglass reinforced nylon. Look at that. That glowing green, that hot green. I love toxic green. I love it. That's the USN logo, which I love as well. You not only have that 1.9-inch blade is H1 steel. Does not rust. Does not rust. Okay, you can go diving with it. This is a great thing. There's a number of H1 steel knives, and we'll go through. I have some of them in the collection. Does not rust. Eric Glasser was asked earlier this year about H1 steel, and he says, listen, it doesn't rust. Now look, if it was on the Titanic and it went down and we discovered it years later, we'd have to chop off all the decay and clean it up, but it still wouldn't be rusty. Hey, how about that? H1 steel, toxic green. Oh, I needed this. The other stuff is not plain to us knife makers, but it's kind of plain Jane, so I want it on my keychain. Hey, be young and hip, right? Hip, young. That even sounds like an old guy saying it. Toxic green, baby, on the keychain. I like that. I really do. Yeah, I've been thinking about the Inkosi so much now that I saw only one maker. I'm tracking down these Inkosis. I'm waiting for all the inlays. I'm waiting for the new inlays from Chris Reeve to hit the distributor. I really am. I'm excited about that coming from Chris Reeve. Let me just tell you, this is the small Inkosi. It was the original Inkosi, not the original. Those are $2,500. I don't have an original. But when it first came out, I had to grab one. And then, of course, earlier this year, we found out that it's the small Inkosi. And I really like it. It's just a little bit smaller than the small Sebenza 21s, just a little bit smaller. And that just makes it great for me. Oh, really great. I love it. 2.8-inch blade. Usually I do with the other ones, it's like a 2.9-inch blade. Give or take hundredths of inches. But man, this is a wonderful knife. I love carrying it. I do. It's just really nice. Of course, it's the plain Jane version. And as I said when I first got it, I'll still say it is exactly a small 25. And now I realize it's the small replacement for the Sebenza 25, small Inkosi. See the 25 with the two choidals, forward choils. The S35VN steel, of course. Plain Jane, all tie, as all Chris Reeves are. The profile of the blade is 25 with that little ridge right there, and then a little notch even in the blade. Ah, two studs. Here's one of the big differences with an Inkosi. If you see one and you go, is that a 25 or Inkosi? Just turn it over. Large and small Inkosis, the clip is tilted away from the lock bar. Most of the Chris Reeve knives, the clip is right with the lock bar on the 25s. Now on the Inkosis, he's moved that. There's also a big change inside. Huge washers, a lot bigger. There's something with the pin. The pin is a little bigger, the stop pin. There's a couple of other things. This has a big pivot. There's a lot of different things, I guess, about 4 different things. But, man, at sight, it's a 25. The big thing to know, if it's a 25, well, first, if it's small and it's a 25, you know it's an Inkosi because there was never a small Sebenza 25. Never. That's why I'm so excited to get this profile at this size and weight. I just love it. But you'll be seeing the large one. It looks just like a 25. Just turn it over at the clip side. If the clip is tilted, hey, you got it. Never had a problem with the lock bars on any of mine. But I think, Chris Reeve wants to go the next generation. And so there were things he wanted to improve. And when he wants to improve things, improve them. That's my boy. He's good. He's a genius. He really is. If you like the frame lock, then you like Chris Reeve, okay? Because his integral frame lock started a lot of stuff. That's why Spyderco's Sage 2 is the Chris Reeve integral frame lock. That's why Spyderco, whenever they have a frame lock, they use the Chris Reeve integral frame lock, and they always call it the Chris Reeve integral frame lock, which I really, really love. And yeah, this is my newer one. This is the tie lock. This is the 3rd in the series of the tie locks. This was the 1st in the series of the tie lock. There is one in the middle. I don't own that one. I think it's called Blue Steam. I don't own that one. I just had this one. I think Chris Reeve, at least for the first 3 years, he introduced the tie lock. This is a Gavin and Grant Hawk collaboration. They're the really, really genius knife makers, especially in the designing stage. They wanted to get all the locks and everything out of the body of the knife. Usually a lock, is all contained in the body. Instead, they came up with this tie lock right here, titanium lock right here. And it's an interesting lock. And what that does is, I always have to do it too. I can open it one by pinching. And you can see the lock right here. The studs come on the lock and lock up right like that. It's a really nice locking knife. And of course, this is the lock right here. To release it, you release it this way. Now, a couple of days ago, one of the knives that got away was the Spyderco Butch Verladen. And I told you in Spyderco, in their writings about that, talks about Butch. He does the same thing with the studs locking, and they say he created that first. But man, this design with the lock on the outside, that's all the Hawk boys, the Hawk men. And of course, Chris Reeve. That's the first one. The third one is the Elemental. And I just like this one. The second one, I kept going, okay, I got a tie lock. That's good enough. And I will probably get the second because I'm a sucker for series. All of these cost a lot more than the original one. And when you're holding a Chris Reeve knife and you say they cost more than the original, even the originals cost, right, to some people. So I get it. It's all relative. But this is the Elemental. The reason they call it the Elemental, I love the blue tie lock. Gray is one of my favorite colors. Is gray a color? I guess it is. I really like this gray. I really do. It's just really nice. The bronze lugs. This it closely represents, and that's why it's called the elemental, this pattern in here that's carved out, which is really nice, etched out pattern, and you feel it, it's really nice. It's similar to the atomic structure. Now, last time I introduced this, even I have a separate video on this, don't I? I think I do. My first impressions of it. I said, and then they have this stone I don't even want to talk about. And people, you guys were great in the comments giving the name of the stone and everything. You guys know I butcher my own name. Okay? So, but I'll spell it out for you guys. It's Hematite, and then the second part of the name, Cabochon. Yeah. Does that make you guys feel better? It's a great stone. I love that it's gray. It just fits here. This is so light. The first one was light because of all the holes. This is just, it's all pure all titanium. Just I like the see-through and the flow-through construction, easy to blow out. It's just a really nice looking and light knife. Man, talk about a nice Chris Reeve combination. This with the Inkosi, that's a smaller carry. I really love it. This one will be clipped. The Inkosi will go into a Chris Reeve sheath. I'll tell you, I also like the Chris Reeve. You know, this is the same clip that they have on all the tie locks. I really like what Chris Reeve did. Here's a pattern. You feel it. It's you know, it gives you a little grip too, but he cut it off right here. Doesn't want it to screw up my dress pants. Thank you, Chris Reeve. That's why I'm clipping this one. Usually I'd put this kind of knife in a sheath, but thank you. First, it's really light. Second, he made it smooth tie under the clip so that it wouldn't bother my precious pants. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. This is the Chris Reeve Tie Lock Elemental. It's the third in the series. I only have 2. At some point, I'll come across some money and I'll get that third one because I love series. I'm a sucker for series. Isn't that purty, though? It really is. So the carry, it's the tie lock from Chris Reeve, the original, the small Inkosi, and oh, you gotta love the USN Spyderco Ladybug 3 with that hawkbill, that rust-proof H1 steel. I'm doing it with the plain blade, not with the Spidey edge, the serrated edge. There you have it. When it's all purty, I took a lot of pictures. I'm going to post it on Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken around noonish, 1ish, or 2ish. Come follow the feed. Man, I post at least 4 photos each and every day. Wake up with a photo, go to bed with a photo, knife-related photos. So come join the feed. Don't forget to thumb this up, man. Your thumbs up means so much to me. They really do. In fact, they mean so much to me that I watch a lot of YouTube and I'm thumbing up stuff. I used to didn't thumb it up. I went, that was great, and I was off to the next one. Sometimes I watched 3 videos from some of my favorite makers and I wouldn't thumb up, I just move on. And then I went, man, they feel good when you thumb up, I'm thumbing up. So thumb it up, man. It just keeps me going. This is the project. So let's do this. We do this every single day. Thumb it up. Don't forget to hit that subscription button. We're moving our way to 1,000. Once we get 1,000, it's Spyderco Palooza, baby. Hundreds of Spydercos, all my classics. I just open up a bunch of stuff. I will be finding some Spydercos that I forgot I have in my big Pelican Case 1600. I have Spydercos that fill a 1600 Pelican case, a 1550, and half of another 1550. I actually have bought new foam for my 1650. Man, you know, Pelican case foam is almost expensive as the case. So I have some work to do to make it look a little bit purtier for you guys and do some rearrangement. So I always laugh when I go, we're getting close to 1,000. And I am happy about that. I want our family to grow. But also I go, oh, I got work to do. You know, each Spyderco has a different name, different blade, blah, 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 blah. So I'll be doing that homework. Also, I'll be making it look a little pretty for you. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've talked about Instagram, check. I've talked about the knives, check. I've talked about the interns and why I'm doing the Apple Watch today, check, check. Haven't talked about the knife that got away, because this is the YouTube channel. Have to do that. And this is the knife that got away. Man, I love this knife. Why is it always the knife that got away, Kevin? I'll tell you why. But man, I love it. Talk about, if I told you Spyderco just released in 2016 a brand new knife, it has titanium bolsters that seamlessly transition into real marble carbon fiber. It has full titanium liners. It has a nice G10 back spacer. Oh man, they lined up all the screws. It has for Spyderco, a unique clip to go with it. Oh, it has this wonderful blade that is Spyderco's leaf blade. Their well-known leaf blade with a hook at the top. I mean, it literally is a flat ground leaf blade that Spyderco has on most of their knives, the Sages and all their famous knives, but it has a little hook on it, a little extra. If I told you all of that, you'd go, man, they did a wonderful gentleman's folder. Oh no, baby. The Spyderco Myrtle, it's a beast dressed up in gentleman's clothing. Okay? It's a beast. And that's why every time I pull it out, I go, I love this. And then I go, this is big. If you're only carrying one knife, it's not big. You see a lot of people with their customs, these big knives with dressed up, like this one is dressed up. But I do 3 knives, and I like doing 3 knives. And so, but man, I love this knife. Ugh. So later today, I'm doing more box cutting with this knife. I just love this knife. So let's talk about it. 3.7-inch blade. See, that's not a small knife. 3.7-inch blade. But you see how wide it is, too, with that hook on it? It's just really nice. Titanium on the show side bolster with that marble carbon fiber. Titanium liners. All tie on the back with that Reeve integral lock. Man, this came out of the box. Sharp, smooth beast. This is the knife that got away. S30V steel. Oh, man. Could you imagine if this was in S110V? Good goodness. What a beast. It's a beast. Look at that stock. Look at the stock. And this isn't one with that hook where Spyderco sends you a warning. This is not for EDC because it may break off. No, this ain't going to break off. You're not going to pry with it because you're not a dummy. But it's really a nice shape. I like that shape of a knife. That's the Spyderco Myrtle, brand new 2016. I have got to get that 2016 video out. The Spyderco Epic Season So Far video and all the knives that I bought. And then, of course, we'll do the final one. I have got to do that. There you have it. That's the knife that got away. What a nice lineup. That makes me feel good. That's it, you guys. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. You have a perfect day. Just a wonderful day. Take a couple of minutes. You don't have to smoke a cigar to take a couple of minutes. For you. Man, it's so healthy. I wish I would have done it 57 years ago. Started doing it. Just take a couple of minutes. Keep those pockets full. That helps you feel good, too. Goodbye.